Good morning, guys. Unfrequented World, and today we're going to adventure right from my house. So the plan today is to get in behind the houses here, behind where everybody's filled their yards, and we'll be back on that prime 1930s or before undisturbed land. And there's a couple things I want to do. So we're going to look for old homesteads, but also a neighbor of mine sent me a newspaper clip, which I'm going to show you guys, and it's on a meteorite, which fell just south of the Lavaz River here. 200 yards is what it says in the article. And this thing is as big as, I don't know, it's got to be 4.5 feet off the ground. There's a photo of a kid sitting on it. And we all know what meteorites are worth, right? So we're going to look for that. Do I think it's an actual meteorite? No, I don't. If you look at this rock the kid's sitting on, it just looks like the regular rocks around here. Do I believe they saw a meteorite? It was from 1930 something was the article. And if you look at the kid, they're talking about March. And the kid sitting on the rock is wearing shorts. So the photo was not taken in March. So they've gone in the bush after the fact, after they saw this actual meteorite, and said, hey, here it is. They said that there was a swath of trees knocked down and the moss around it was burnt. But I think a meteor that big would have left an impact crater. And I showed Stan the article and he said the same thing. He said, no way is that a meteorite that fell that this kid is sitting on. I'll show you guys that article right now. So do I believe there's a meteorite somewhere back here? Absolutely. I'm pretty sure they saw it. I don't think the rock in that photo is it, but I would like to find that rock. I have no idea. It could be east of here, could be west of here. The only clue I have is 200 yards south of the river. And as my daughter, who's 11, points out, Dad, the river goes like this, so you're never going to find it. Probably not, but we're gonna keep our eye open for it today as well. In a previous video I showed you guys, that's my house, and right here in the backyard, we did a video before. There is a garbage dump over here and a few old cars, and this dump goes back to the 30s as well. We found things in here, old leather shoes, bottles, and a silver-plated salt or pepper shaker, which was from the 30s. So we know that this property I'm walking on right now, maybe we'll start swinging right here, guys, just to see if we can dig up a good find or two. Look at this old car, truck, whatever. What year is this? That's a pretty cool little car too. I showed you guys this in a previous video. I know a lot of you guys are new to the channel. So definitely this property has potential, and all the way out to the edge of the river there should be old 1930s homesteads. So here's some of the junk just lying on the surface. All kinds of cans, bottles, an old, I don't know what this is, piece of plasticky. Oh, it's got a zipper. Jacket, I guess. It's a pretty small zipper. Is that a purse? Hang on. Maybe this is some kind of handbag. It is an old handbag. Never saw that before. So last time we were here, we didn't have the Knox 600. We had my Garrett AT, and it rings up on these old cans just like a good signal. So hopefully today we can weed out some signals using this. We'll give this a quick scan. I took the zipper off, so that shouldn't give us any false signals. See if there's any coins or anything in there. Nothing. Now I also want to point out I'm using the 6-inch coil today because we're going to be going through the bush. Was getting a nice high 30 signal here, and I just scraped the leaves away with my boot. And I can see some kind of old pot or something here. shiny. Let's dig it out. Well, maybe the base off of an old appliance or something, I don't know. Nothing great. I can see a kettle, an old, some kind of pot right there. Cans, glass. Look at this nice old bottle here, but it's broken. I don't know, guys. Maybe everywhere I look, there's buried. There's another one right here. Maybe it's worth a look. I see some blue glass right here. Okay, actually that's not glass. China. Another one here. There's so much stuff here, maybe it's worth an investigation. Wait a minute. That sounded like there's something in there. Just dirt, maybe? No, there was something in there rattling around. It was another piece of glass. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna dig here for a little bit because the site is here. I'm seeing so much stuff. I'm just like, oh, that's interesting, and that's interesting, and that's interesting. Let's just spend 20 minutes here and root around. So we've got a new look for the GoPro today. New handle. The last one I had was just black, and then we lost the GoPro in the bush the other day, and it took us probably an hour to find it. And we were lucky to find it. So hopefully this one with a bit of orange on it will help. Well, hopefully it never happens again, but if we just brush the top bit of leaves away, there's all kinds of stuff in here. Milk bottles. Pretty sure that's what that is, the top off a milk bottle. There's a green one here that might be intact. Some broken ones. A cap. Cans. I mean, it's just... There's another one there. It's got a... Oh, look at the design. It's like some kind of... Almost looks like chain link design on the bottom here. I don't know. So the green one is intact. I don't know what... Alcohol, beer. It's really heavy glass. And look at the top on there. B-R-A-N-C-A. Branca. F-E-R-N-E-I. Fernai Branca. And there's either a 66 or a 99 in the bottom. I don't know. 66, I guess, if we read it this way. And on the side here, 59. So I don't know if those are years. I don't know what that is. And the other one I got out here that had kind of like the chain link look on it says McLaren's enjoyed coast to coast. Another intact one there. A4207 or something. I don't know. This one's got a screw cap on it, and the cap is still partially there. Esquire Scuff Coat. S-C-U-F-F-K-O-T-E. Scuff Coat. Was that shoe polish? Did I find one of these before? Something tells me I did. On the bottom here, it's Nomark. K-N-O-M-A-R-K. Nomark ink. 2 ounces. Look at that. I know it was in there because I can read the bottom. Olive Oil Montreal. Look at the intricate glass that they had. And that's full, guys. That's a complete, no chips. Again, it says olive oil right there. That, I don't know the year of that, but that's a nice little bottle. It's still got part of the top on there. G-U-T-T-U-S-O, Gattuso. Olive Oil Corporation, Montreal. I might just take that one home. That's too cool. Here's one that is not a stubby. I thought it was. I don't know if it was beer or what, but it says Certo, C-E-R-T-O, registered trademark. And this part's really cool. There's a line halfway on the bottle, and it says, for half a bottle, pour to here. And it's upside down. For half bottle, pour to here. I have never seen anything like that. I don't know what year that's from, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to date that as well. I hope. So here's a nice little milk glass. No chips, in real nice condition, and it actually has writing on the bottom. So this one says Ponds, P-O-N-D'-S, made in Canada. You know, some of these things can be valuable. I have no idea. I don't know the age of that. 40s, 50s, 60s. I'm literally only digging here in a 2-foot square radius, and there's got to be 100, 200 square feet. It's spread all through the bush, and there's a mound here that's 3.5 feet high. So I haven't even, I'm not even touching that right now. Part of the old dinnerware with a floral design on there. Some kind of pink flower with green leaves. Here we go. That's part of an old shoe, I think, sticking out of there. Let's take a look. Yeah. How old is that? And it's actually green. Green leather. That was probably an expensive shoe back in the day. The prospect of heading off into the bush right now and hiking miles and not finding anything when I've got a beautiful 1930s up site right here for me to explore, I think I'm just going to dig right here, guys. This is going to be today's adventure. There's just too much cool stuff here. We can always look for that meteorite another day. I think it was just a story. I don't think that that is the actual meteorite. It'd be cool to find that rock. They said it was partially melted, and I don't know. From the image in the newspaper, it didn't look melted. It didn't look like a meteorite to me. What do you guys think about that? Is that worth chasing down? If it is, we'll have to do that another day, but not today. I always love finding these little jars, an arborarium with its own ecosystem going on in there. Look at that. It's just beautiful. It's sealed. I don't know what kind of, it's like a little, it's smaller than a stubby. But look at, there's a whole planet in there. I'm going to put that back. Ah, Canadian Mason. That's a good find. Made in Canada. Complete. Those are worth a little bit of money, but here's another Ponds jar, guys. This one still has the lid on it. So I'm not going to try to open it. It feels like there might still be cream in there, but the lids are so fragile they break. So I'm just going to add that to the pile the way it is. Cool. I rooted around in here before and I found probably half a dozen or more nice old Coke and Pepsi bottles. And I leaned them against a tree, but I can't find it. So I think the neighbor's kids came and got them. Hopefully they didn't just smash them. These things survived 50, 60, 70 years in the ground. And hopefully they took them home and didn't break them, but you never know, right? I'm going to stick a photograph in here to show you guys. I had a friend of mine, an older fella. We do photography together. He showed me a beautiful Mack truck just on the edge of town. It's right inside the city limits, and we went and got some beautiful photographs of this thing. And it sat there probably 40 years in this field undisturbed. We took pictures. I went back a year later to do some night photos, and the second time around, I'll show you a second photo. The kids had come and they smashed every piece of glass in that truck. Every window, every light, turn signal, windshield, side window, mirrors, everything. Why? Just for the hell of it. And that was a beautiful old truck. So I hate seeing that, but there's just no respect by today's youth for history. Some of today's youth anyway. Yes, and because we've decided to stay here and dig, and my dog is not the smartest chocolate lab out there, I've sent him home. I had the kids come over and get him. There's too much glass, and he chews everything. He chews old tin cans. I had to take one away from him the other day when we were out with Stan. He's got no sense, that dog, no sense. Dory Quick Rise Yeast. And then on the back of the label it says Montreal. Fred A. something, Montreal, Canada. I don't know, what do you guys think, 50s? 25 ounces of the good stuff right there. Actually, I have no idea what was in that. That's a really cool shaped bottle though. It's got like the curved insides on it there. Look at that. Nice shape. Screw top, coarse thread. Feel free to chime in on the comments down below, guys, if you know what any of these things are, what was in them originally. I'm fascinated to know. I try to look this stuff up online, but it's hard to do, and you're not always successful. So if you guys know, let me know. I don't know. I thought this was a stove plate when I dug it out. It says Champion Reversible Steel Pin. I don't know what that is, and when you turn it over, it says Smarts Brockville. What is that? I think I found part of this before, or I don't know, something similar. Very pretty. They were living the life out here in the bush. Ah, this is a good find. Improved Corona, made in Canada. So that's like a mason jar. And look, it still has the glass top in it. And that's the part that everybody looks for. They can't find these glass seals. The mason jars and those, so that's a good find. Yeah, more leather, more shoe parts. This lady was not dainty. She may have been picked for bearing large amounts of children. That's like a size 10 shoe right there. Probably had 15 kids, I don't know. All right, that's more like it. That's only 6 inches. That's like the hot wife right there. The other one was Grandma's. That was Grandma's shoe down there. You give this guy enough time, I'll puzzle it out, huh? I'll know exactly how many people were living here. I also know what kind of ice cream they used. Sunshine fresh. I don't know what it was, but the sun is smiling. Cheese whiz. There's an old ballpoint pen. Part of one, anyway. Hey, Stan, look at that. That's a perfectly good pot. Why would somebody throw that out? Still got a handle on it. It's got everything. Well, hello, gorgeous. Look at that fancy little glass. It says Avon on the bottom, so it's got to be perfume, I would guess. Look at that, it's full. Oh, it's got a crack in it, but it's still full. Yeah, it's kind of like in the middle of the glass, so that's okay. That's going in the good pile. Oh, another nice little glass, fully intact. No idea what would have been in that one, guys. There's no label or anything on it, but it's coarse screw thread as well. On the bottom it has like a fat 8, a triangle, a rounded 8, and then a 5 at the bottom. I don't know if that helps anybody. It might help me ID it later, but as of right now, no idea. Alright guys, I've been here 3 hours. You can't swing a detector. There's just too many cans, too much garbage. I'm going to show you what I've uncovered. We haven't even scratched the surface of this place. You guys let me know if you're interested in me coming back and doing more on this site, because there is tons of stuff here. So I dug a little bit here, put a pile beside that tree. I put another pile beside that tree. I dug over there, put a pile beside this tree. I kind of skimmed across here and I made another pile over there at the back. And that's all I've covered. We've got all this area way up past the cars, you know, another 60 feet over there. There's the other old car. 60, 70 feet out in every direction from here. There's cans, I can see bottles and things, like it just goes on and on. So lots of space to come back if you guys are interested.